all. I hope you all are fit and fine. In the last video, we have discussed what are rational numbers, what is the difference between the fractions and the rational numbers. Today in this video, we are going to discuss about different properties of rational numbers. So let's start.
Hey, let's start with the properties of rational numbers. As you can see on the board, I have written 4 properties of rational numbers. You have already seen about all these properties while learning the previous chapters, that is whole numbers, natural numbers, integers, right? Now these properties hold true for rational numbers too. Let's see one by one how. So we will be starting with the closure property first, right? Closure property. Closure property. See, very good example we can take of our close family friends, right? The family members and friends. See, we can allow our family members and friends to enter the home if it is 12 at night also, right? Why? Because they all are close to us, right? Who are allowing? The family members and the family friends, right? So they can enter to our house and we will be calling them close to us, right? So in the same way, if I'm taking any rational number, let's say 2 by 3 and 4 by 3, these two rational numbers, and if I'm adding these two rational numbers, right? So what I will get? I will get simply 6 by 3, or we can write it 2, right? So in this case, as you have seen, when we have added these two rational numbers, what we are getting? We are getting the rational number again. Don't be confused. 2 is again a rational number. So we will be saying that rational numbers are closed under which operation we have performed? Plus, right? So we can say rational numbers are closed under addition. So in this way, we can conclude that rational numbers are closed under which operation? If we are performing any operation and we are getting the same number, means the rational number as a result, then we will say the rational numbers are closed under addition. Now let's check the same with subtraction. So same rational numbers I am taking, 2 by 3 and 4 by 3. When we subtract 2 minus 4, we have learned this in the integers. If you remember, 2 minus 4, minus 2. Right? So minus 2 by 3. Now, the result minus 2 by 3, you can see this is what? This is again a rational number, right? So, what is the conclusion? The conclusion is rational numbers are closed under subtraction. Now, quickly let's check with the multiplication and division operations also. So, 2 by 3 into 4 by 3, what we will be getting? 8 by 9. Again, when we are performing the multiplication operation, we are getting the rational number as a result. So, for multiplication operation also, we will conclude that rational numbers are closed under multiplication. Now, only one operation is left, that is division. Quickly, let's check with the division also. See, for division, we may or may not get a rational number as a result. So, we will say that rational numbers are not closed under division. Now, where we can get the rational number, we all know, right? But where we will not get the rational number as a result, let's check that condition first. Let's check the division operation here. I am taking the example of the rational number where we are not going to get the rational number as a result. See, these two are rational numbers, right? Don't be confused. 0 by 3 is also a rational number, because in rational number, we have a condition that q should not be equal to 0. Right, q means what? Denominator. Here the denominator is 3. It means, yes, it is a rational number. Relax. Right, now, see, this division operation we have learnt in fractions also, if you remember. We are not allowed to perform division. What we will do? We will write the first rational number, then this divide symbol will be converted into multiply. Next thing. See, if we had made one change over here, definitely the next rational number, if we write as it is, this rational number will feel bad, no? What to do? See, good idea. Reciprocal. 0 by 3. We cannot write 0 by 3 directly because we have converted this symbol. So, we will write the reciprocal of this rational number, that is 3 by 0. Right. Now, when you solve with this, it would be 6 by 0. In the form of p by q, and here q is equal to 0. It means it is showing not rational number, right? So you have seen that when we are dividing two rational numbers, we are not getting rational number as a result. That's why we conclude that rational numbers are not closed under division. So this is all about the closure property. Let's move to the next property now. Next property of rational number, we have commutative property. What is a commutative property? Very simple. See, when we were kid, what we have learned? We have learned 2 plus 3 is equal to 5, right? Now we know what is 3 plus 2. 3 plus 2 again is equal to 5. See, what we have seen? We have seen that 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. In the same way, when I am writing 3 plus 2, it is also 5. This we have learned when we were small kid. Now we have grown up. See the name. Now we have given the name for this particular thing. We call it commutative. Very simple. It means what? If we are writing any number, then after performing any operation, we are getting some result. If we are performing addition, we are getting 5. If we perform multiplication, we will get 6. Then in the next case, if we are interchanging those two same numbers, we are getting the same answer. You see, 3 plus 2 again 5. We have interchanged. We wrote 3 as a first number, 2 as a second number, and again we got the 5 as a result, right? So when we interchange the numbers, the results are not changed. The result remains same. This property is known as commutative property of rational number. See, very simple, no? So what is commutative property? If we are going to interchange two rational numbers or we are swapping two rational numbers, the result should be same. If the result is same for a particular operation, we call rational numbers are commutative under that operation. Now let's check one by one for all the operations. Start with the addition. So I'll be taking two rational numbers. One is 2 by 3. One is 4 by 3. 2 by 3 and 4 by 3, right? If I add these two rational numbers, we know 2 plus 4 is 6 and 6 by 3 we will be getting as a result. Next case, to check whether the rational numbers are commutative under addition or not, what we need to do? We need to interchange. So 4 by 3, this we will be writing first, then second we will write 2 by 3. Interchange, right? Again you see we got 6 by 3. So what can we conclude? Yes, we can conclude that rational numbers are closed under addition, right? Under addition. Now let's check with the subtraction. Subtraction, I am again going to take these two rational numbers. So let me write over here 2 by 3, 4 by 3. Right. Now when I subtract this, okay, we know, if you remember, we have learnt all this in the integer. 2 minus 4. 2 minus 4 is what? Minus 2. Minus 2 by 3. Now let's interchange, means 4 by 3 we will be writing first. So 4 by 3 and then I will write 2 by 3. 2 by 3. When we subtract, it would be 2 by 3. Right. Now let's compare. Comparison, when we do this comparison, we can see in first case we got minus 2 by 3. In second case we got 2 by 3. Both are not same. If both are not same, what does it mean? It means we will conclude that rational numbers are not commutative under subtraction. Yes. Rational numbers are not commutative under subtraction. Now let's check the same thing with the multiplication. So same rational numbers let's take. Let me divide this in two parts. Yes, over here I am doing 2 by 3 I'll take and 4 by 3. Same rational numbers. See. Now multiplication, when we perform, it would be 2 into 4, 8 by 9. Right. Now next case, let's interchange. Interchange, we will be writing 4 by 3 and then 2 by 3. So when we multiply, it would be 8 by 9. Now, let's compare the next step. Comparison, what we do? Comparison, we check the answers. If the answers are same, we say that rational numbers are commutative for that particular operation. So, here in both the cases, we are getting 8 by 9. So, what we can conclude? Rational numbers are commutative under multiplication. Last one, last is division. Division, if we start with the division we all know, when we perform the division operation, let's take the two rational numbers, the same rational numbers, 2 by 3 and 4 by 3. And let's perform the division, right? See, we have learned this in our previous classes that we are not allowed to divide the fraction and the rational number. So what to do? We will write the first rational number, then this divide symbol will be converted into multiply. I told you this. Remember when we were doing the closure property also, I explained the same. Again, I am explaining for you. Please like, share and subscribe the channel if you want to get more informative videos like this, right? So, 2 by 3, this divide symbol will be converted into multiply, and then what we are going to write? If I'll write the 4 by 3 as it is, this 4 by 3 will say, why you are doing so? This division you have converted into multiplication. Do something with me also. So I'll say, okay, fine, I'll write you a reciprocal. Okay, so what is the reciprocal? We all know it is 3 by 4, right? So what we'll do, we'll simply multiply now. 2 into 3, 6, 3 into 4, 12. So 6 by 12 we are getting. Now let's interchange the numbers and see whether we are getting the same result or not, right? So it would be 4 by 3 divided by 2 by 3. Now let's check this. Alright, so same process. 4 by 3 we will be writing, then this this division would convert it into multiplication, and then we are going to write the reciprocal of the next one, that is 3 by 2. When we multiply, we will get 12 by 6. Clearly, if you see both the cases, we are getting the different result, right? So what is the conclusion? Rational numbers are not commutative under division. Why? Because when we are interchanging the numbers, we are not getting the same result, right? So let's conclude this commutative property. Rational numbers are commutative under, as we have seen, the same result we are getting in addition and multiplication. Now let's start with the next property, which is associative property. I am keeping these two numbers in one group, in one bracket, and this number separately. So when we solve this, I will be writing the first number separately, 2 by 5, and then as per BODMAS rule, we will be solving the brackets first. So that would be 9 by 5. Now when you add this, it would be 11 by 5, right? Now let's check if we are going to change the order of three rational numbers, what we will be getting as a result. So again I am writing the same rational numbers in the same way, but here I will be changing the order by separating the first two rational numbers within bracket. Right. So as per the BODMAS, now we have to solve these two rational number first, and then whatever result we will be getting, that result we will add in 3 by 5. So 6 plus 2, we all know 8 by 5 plus 3 by 5. Now 8 plus 3 we know 11. So 11 by 5 is the answer, right? Now if you see the steps, then here in case 1 the steps are quite different, because in step 2 we got 2 by 5 and 9 by 5. Right, here in case 2 the steps are different. We got 8 by 5 and 3 by 5. But when we are adding, ultimately we are getting the same result, 11 by 5. So yes, you can conclude that rational numbers are associative under addition. As we have seen that if we are changing the orders, we are getting the same result. Now let's check the same property for subtraction. I am checking the same rational numbers. 2 by 5, 6 by 5 and 3 by 5. Let's check. I am putting the subtraction operations over here. Here also I am writing 2 by 5, 6 by 5. I am putting these two in one bracket, and then I am writing minus 3 by 5. Now let's see what is the result for these two. Alright. So when I start solving this, first I have to write the first rational number, because as per the BODMAS, we have to open the bracket first, right? So 6 minus 3, we all know 3, 3 by 5. Now 2 minus 3, we have learned this in integers that it would be minus 1 by 5. Now let's start here in case 2. So first we have to solve the bracket. It means 2 minus 6, we all know that is minus 4 by 5 minus 3 by 5. We have copied this number as it is. Now when we subtract these two numbers, so minus 4 minus 3, we have learned all this in integers. I am not going to explain it again. So minus 4 minus 3 is minus 7. Minus 7 by 5 is the result. Now let's compare the result. See, in case 1 we got minus 1 by 5. In case 2 we got minus 7 by 5. We can clearly see the results are different, right? And if the results are different, then we cannot say the rational numbers are associative under subtraction. So what is the conclusion? That rational numbers are not associative under subtraction. Right? Now let's start with the multiplication and division operations. Now for multiplication, I am taking again the same numbers, 2 by 5, 6 by 5, 3 by 5. Right? We will be doing in the same way. We have to put two numbers in one bracket to make one separate group, and in the second case again we will write the same numbers, and then we will write the first two numbers in one bracket to make one group, right? Now let's solve this. In this case we will be writing 2 by 5, and then first we will solve the brackets. So 6 into 3 we all know 18 by 25. Now when you multiply, it would be 36 by 50. Right? Now, let's see here in case 2 what the result we are getting. So, 2 into 6, as we know, first we will be solving the brackets as per the BODMAS. So, 2 into 6 would be 12 by 25 into 3 by 5. We will be copying as it is. When we multiply, it would be 36 by 50. So, clearly you have seen in both the cases, though the steps are different, though in second step we are getting 2 by 5 and 18 by 25 here, and in case 2 we are getting 12 by 25 and 3 by 5, then 2 we are getting the same result. Yes, so we can conclude that rational numbers are associative under multiplication. Now let's start this by checking for division. Division, I am taking these two rational numbers, 2 by 5, 6 by 5, 3 by 5. Now let's divide it. I am putting over here also the division symbol, right? Now here again we will be writing the same rational number, but I am placing the different groups by separating it with the brackets, right? So first of all we have to start with the brackets. 2 by 5 I will copy as it is. Divide symbol I will copy as it is, because first we have to solve the brackets. To solve the bracket, I will write 6 by 5. Then this division symbol will be changed into multiplication, and then we will write the reciprocal. We have learned this in the previous example if you remember, right? So 5 by 3. Now let's solve 2 by 5. Let me put this division symbol again, because first we will solve the bracket. So 6 into 5, 30 by 50. Right? Now, what can we do? 2 by 5 we will write. Then we can divide this. We can change this division symbol into multiplication. And then we will write the second rational number. When we solve this, we can simply cancel this out. It would be 3. Here we will be getting 15. So, it would be 3 by 15, or we can write 1 by 5. I hope you don't have any problem in the solution part, right? If you have any problem, you can comment me under comment section. We will be discussing this in the next class. So let's solve the case 2. For case 2, I'm writing, first we have to solve the brackets. So first rational number I will write. Then I will convert this division into multiplication. I need to write the reciprocal of the next rational number, that would be 5 by 5. And then we are copying the next rational number as it is, right? Now let's solve the brackets. So 2 into 5 would be 10, or you can simply cancel out over here only. right? 5 and 5 would be cancelled, so it would be 1 by 3. Now 1 by 3 divided by 3 by 5, right? Now we know again we have to perform the same steps. 1 by 3 we will be copying, this division symbol will be converted into multiplication, and then we will be writing 5 by 3, the reciprocal of the number 3 by 5, right? Now when we multiply, it would be 5 by 9. So last step, comparison. If you have seen, in case 1 we got 1 by 5 as a result, in case 2 we are getting 5 by 9 as a result. Clearly we can see the results are not same when we are interchanging or we are changing the order of the numbers, right? So what we will be concluding? We will be concluding that rational numbers are not associative under division. I hope you have understood. So let's conclude for all the operations together. Rational numbers are associative under addition and multiplication. As we have seen, for subtraction and division, the results are not same, right? Now let's start with the last property of rational numbers, which are distributive property. See, distributive property is quite different from other properties which we have learned till now. Like in closure property, in commutative property, in associative property, we were checking all the operations separately. But here in distributive property, two operations will happen together. This is the speciality of distributive property, and that's why this property is quite different from other properties. Now, how two operations will happen together? Two operations will happen together in a group. Like multiplication and addition we are going to perform together. Division and subtraction we are going to perform together. Let's see one by one how distributive property holds true for rational numbers. So first group, as I am telling you, multiplication and addition. So for that is known as distributive property of multiplication over addition. Now to understand how these two operations will perform together, how these two operations will happen together, let's take example of three rational numbers. Yeah, let's start with 2 by 3, 4 by 3 and 6 by 3. As the name suggests, multiplication over addition. So simply we can understand that first we have to put multiplication symbol, then what we have? Addition. Second, between these two rational numbers, we have to put addition symbol, right? Now, how we will distribute this? How we will distribute this 2 by 3 with this bracket, right? See, how we will distribute? Definitely, we will be distributing the first rational number with the second one, then the first rational number with the third one. Because this is 2 by 3 and this 4 by 3 and 6 by 3 is a group. It is enclosed within a bracket, right? So 2 by 3, when we distribute this 2 by 3 with 4 by 3, it is 2 by 3 into 4 by 3. Now multiplication, see, we have done the multiplication over addition, means now addition, what? We will again distribute this 2 by 3 with 6 by 3. 2 by 3 into 6 by 3. Right. So in this way you have seen that how we have distributed one rational number with the other twos. That's why this property is known as distributive property of multiplication over addition. Right. So next, let's understand the next property under distributive, in which we are going to distribute multiplication over subtraction. Right, same thing. Let's take three rational numbers, 2 by 3, 4 by 3 and 6 by 3. Now multiplication, first we will put the multiplication symbol. Over addition, over subtraction means here secondly we have to put the subtraction, right? Now let's distribute this. Let's distribute this 2 by 3. When we distribute this 2 by 3 with 4 by 3, it would be 2 by 3 into 4 by 3. Now, as we are distributing it over subtraction, so over subtraction. Now we will distribute this 2 by 3 with 6 by 3. So 2 by 3 into 6 by 3. Now children, I hope you have understood what is distributive property. Here in this property, two operations will happen together. First, we have the multiplication over addition, then we have the multiplication over subtraction, right? Now let's see all four properties together in a generalized way. First one is the closure property. We have seen what is the closure property. If we are adding two rational numbers, we should get a rational number as an answer, right? In the same way, if we are subtracting two rational numbers, we should get rational number as an answer. See, and we already have seen that rational numbers are closed under addition, subtraction and multiplication. So we can write if a plus b is equal to c, a minus b is equal to c, a into b is equal to c, where a, b and c are rational numbers. So if all three numbers are rational numbers, we will be saying that rational numbers are closed under addition, subtraction and multiplication. As we have seen in division, we were not getting the rational number as a result. We have already seen in the example. Next we have commutative. So what is commutative? Commutative we have checked with two numbers, right? If we will swap two numbers, then the answer should not be changed. This is what? This is commutative property, right? So we have seen that rational numbers are commutative under addition and multiplication. Let's see. If we swap two numbers, means if there are two rational numbers a and b, and if we will be swapping these two numbers b and a, then the result should be same, equal. In the same way, for multiplication, a into b should be equal to b into a. Yes, so rational numbers are commutative under addition and multiplication. Now, next one we had associative. We have seen this, right? Now associative, if you remember, we have checked the property with three rational numbers. If we change the order of the rational number, the answer should be same. So for that we have grouped the rational numbers, right? So a into b into c. If we check for the multiplication first, so a into b into c, here we have grouped b and c together. It should be equal to the result if we group a and b in the second case. So here a into b into c should be equal to a into b into c. You can see in both the cases we have grouped different rational numbers together. Now let's see this for addition. So a plus b plus c is equal to a plus b plus c. What we have done, the change is only in the grouping of the rational numbers. If we are grouping the rational number in this way, we will be getting the result same when we group the rational numbers in this way. So we can say that rational numbers are associative under addition and multiplication, right? And last one we had distributive. As we have seen, distributive property is quite different from other properties, right? It is the property where two operations are happening together, multiplication and addition, and then we have multiplication and subtraction. So basically we say distributive property of multiplication over addition. Let's see distributive property of multiplication over addition. Means we have three rational numbers. First two rational numbers we are going to multiply. Now multiplication over addition. Second two rational numbers we are going to add in this way. Now let's distribute. Okay. So first we will distribute this a with b. So as it is multiplication over addition, we will a into b. You can see a into b here. We have distributed this a with b. Then we will distribute this a with c. So a into c. As we know, it is known as multiplication over addition. If you see here the sign plus, so we will be writing plus over here. We can see multiplication in both the brackets over addition. That's why it is known as multiplication over addition, right? Now let's see multiplication over subtraction. So for that we have three rational numbers where we will be performing two operations, multiplication and subtraction together. So it would be a into b, as it is over subtraction, or you can see over here minus. So minus a into c. So in this way, as you can see, we have distributed this A with both the rational numbers B and C. So this is known as distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. Now, we have seen all four properties together. Let's recall once again. Closure property, as we have seen, rational numbers are closed under addition, subtraction and multiplication. Let's come to the commutative property. We have seen in commutative property, if we swap two numbers, the answer should be same, right? So, rational numbers are commutative under addition and multiplication, right? Now, let's come to the associative property. We have seen associative property for three rational numbers. If we change the order of the rational number, the answer should be same. So, here rational numbers are associative under addition and multiplication. For this is the generalized formula, right? Now, distributive property, we have seen the distributive property of multiplication over addition and distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. So, distributive property of multiplication over addition, we will be writing A into B plus C. We can call it is equal to AB plus AC. Now, distributive property of multiplication over subtraction would A into B minus C should be equal to AB minus AC. Here, we have completed all four properties of rational number.
So I hope now you have understood about different properties of rational numbers. Here we have completed with the rational numbers properties. We will meet again in the next video. Till then, bye-bye. Stay healthy, stay safe, take care. Sayonara.